Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to our weekly webinar, Interactive Trading Conversations. My name is Simon. I'm Senior Account Manager with AvaTrade, and I've been involved in trading for over 24 years. I started as a prop trader in New York City, and I work in 3 or 4 day trading firms. And I did it for about 11 years. And after that, I moved away from prop trading and day trading. And I continued trading, of course, and I started to mentor and educate others. And I'm very happy to have this great opportunity now to be assisting our customers at AvaTrade. The agenda of the webinar, I can see some regulars here, and I'll explain for new people what we do here. We ask questions, and the whole idea of this webinar, I just came up with this idea because we have great webinars that my colleagues and I are doing, and we're presenting nice material. We'll give it to you, and then maybe leave a little bit time for questions. So I realized that maybe this is a good idea. So we actually created a podium for you guys, so you can come and ask questions about specific assets. So we're here to ask questions about stocks, currencies, equity market, indices, commodities, whatever it is, whatever it's tradable on AvaTrade, you can ask your questions the same way that you confirmed that you could hear and see the presentation. You can just type your question there, specific question, the specific asset. Just give you an idea, about gold. You want to know about gold. You want to know about oil, euro, dollar, whatever it is that will be asking questions, discuss and analyze those markets. And we have up to an hour, and I hope that we'll fill the full hour. Risk warning, you can find the full statement at avatrade.com website. Of course, what we do here is purely educational. We do not suggest any trades. Social media, please follow us on social media. You have a lot of great updates. You have Telegram, you have X, and as I usually say, my favorite YouTube channel where you can find a lot of educational material, tutorials, and webinars as well. We record all the webinars and they're being posted on our YouTube channel. So that's a great source of a lot of information. Okay, so as you're preparing your questions, I didn't see any, but feel free to start typing questions in the question window. We start practicing something, getting some questions ahead of time, and I'm going to go through these questions. And while we do that, I hope that you're going to build up some real questions about real markets. So we'll be addressing them. Okay, so here's the first question that I received. Bitcoin recently surpassed 107,000. It was even higher already, I think. Partly due to President-elect Trump proposal for the U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. How might this governmental endorsement impact the future adoption and regulations of cryptocurrencies? It's a good question, and as we know, this was a part of the campaign of President Trump, and he's very positive about cryptos. As we know, some regulators are going to be replaced. I think the head of SEC will be replaced and others, and they give a hard time to cryptocurrencies. So maybe we'll have easier process and more future projects and processes that will be involved with cryptocurrencies. Now, Bitcoin specifically, let's just bring the chart really quick. It did hit 100,000 strategic and psychological level. And then we retraced, and now we're trading above. So as you could see here, this was the first time we actually went above, and the same day we closed lower. So the first reaction was rejection of that, as a lot of skeptics, and not just that, some happy campers were getting out and taking their profits. I'm sure there's some people took advantage of a short sell opportunity as well. So we've been jumping here up and down, and then we broke a few days back at the top of this tail, which is almost 104,000. And then so far, the highest closing on the daily chart on Bitcoin was 107,771. Yesterday was a flat day. As you could see, the opening and the closing price was pretty much the same. I think $50 difference. And today, the whole crypto group is in red a little bit. So, as you know, the moment we establish a strong support here, when definitely they might be testing it, as you could see here, they're trying to test that level, probably even break it below, just to see where the real buyers are and so on. So it's going to be a lot of actions, but Bitcoin itself, it looks like we are holding. Now, as you know, Kathy Wood, she's the president, I think, of the ARK Fund, if I'm not mistaken. She has a bright future painted on crypto. Her fund is heavily invested there. Of course, there are others that made recently big moves since victory of President Trump on the elections. Together with the equity markets, we saw a huge move on the 6th of November, right, a day after the elections. Everything went up, and here we go. This was the Bitcoin. Since then, we're just going higher. The same thing you can say about Ethereum as well, super strong. And Ripple, XRP, also take a look. Just November, when was it? We were about 50 cents. Now we're trading at 250. That's 500%. So a lot of cryptocurrencies moved up. Also, there's some fresh news. I think the altcoins came out for Ripple and also added some boost. I think it came to market yesterday on Tuesday. I think this was the reaction to it. So yeah, it looks like cryptocurrency is alive, and maybe with President Trump will be a huge development of that market. So that's as far as question on cryptocurrencies. Tech stocks. Second question: tech stocks and market indices. And the question is, the Nasdaq has reached record highs with significant contribution from tech giants like Tesla, Google, Amazon, and Apple. What factors are driving this tech sector boom, and how sustainable is this growth in the current economic climate? It's a good question. Yeah, all these stocks are up. I think they're all at their all-time highs. I'm not sure if even Google, let's just take a quick look at this. I'll start with Tesla because, I joke with my team that Trump and Elon Musk are becoming brothers. Actually, it was a pretty cool move on the Musk side. He spent, I think, $130 million for Trump's campaign, and he gained almost the same amount in billions since the elections. So here we go. That's the election jump, and we just went higher. And it used to be NVIDIA that led the market. Now it looks like Tesla is. So all those stocks are very, very strong. So this is Tesla. This is Google. I mentioned Google. Even Google broke through the highs with all the issues with the U.S. government and the court trying to break down the company. Take a look, which is moved higher significantly. Amazon, next one. So all the stocks are at the highs. Now, I want to share with you something I read today. Bank of America, they do weekly survey with the fund managers. And there was an article I ran through today. And they are concerned a little bit with some cautious comments that most of the fund managers, the cash holding is at the lowest level for a very long time. Most of the fund managers in general are holding about 4% of their holdings in cash. The rest is invested. So they said that could be a sign of possible reversal of the market or a pullback or whatever that is. So, the moment I read that, I just remembered the famous phrases of Warren Buffett, right? You probably heard, some of you did. He likes to say, when everybody is greedy, I'm fearful. And when everybody's fearful, I'm greedy. And we all know he's been making his portfolio lighter for a while. He sold some Bank of America, sold Apple shares a while ago. And he's holding a huge amount of cash ready for the right investment at the right prices. So, and also with all this boom and what's driving the market, as we know, it's all about AI. The moment AI start really becoming popular, there's a lot of development going on. That's the reason why NVIDIA was up. Broadcom, some hardware companies, software companies, anything to do with AI. Lately, I think there was some AI development with Salesforce, and the shares went over the roof. So it's all about AI, and I like to approach it with the logical approach. With my experience, I've seen 2000, the year 2000 with the bubble. I've seen real estate bubble of 2008 and other things when people thought things are going up forever, and then we just had a painful awakening. So it's also possible that we might see some cooling, and also some analysts and traders are concerned about Trump's policies and tariffs and everything else for the upcoming year. We have a month and 2 days till he takes the office, the Oval Office, becomes the president of the United States, and I guess we'll see what's happening. Also, we still have a lot of issues geopolitically: the war of Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East. Now there's a turnaround of power in Syria. We don't know how it's going to play, and so on. So, on one side, a lot of excitement of the tech stocks, as the question shows here. On the other hand, we might see some cooling and so on. Okay, I think I copied two questions twice. Okay, so one question twice. I mean, okay, so these are the questions that we received, and guys, the podium is yours. Let's ask questions. We are about 15 minutes into the webinar. We still have a lot of time. Again, just repeat for people that just came in. We're here to address questions about specific market. You want to know about specific stocks, equities, indices, commodities, currencies, whatever it is. All you have to do is just come up with the question and just type the question into the questions window. I'm going to read it and then we'll discuss it. Okay. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Please be active. Also, important for me to mention, as I said before, a lot of people will be watching this as a recording on YouTube. They have no ability to ask the questions. So you are actually here to ask questions for them. And that's a good opportunity for sharing with other people. So don't be shy. Ask your questions. I'm going to read them and we'll go through them. Okay. I'll give you a few seconds. Go ahead, guys. Just type the questions into the questions window. Well, for some reason, we're facing challenges here. I don't see any questions coming in, and I really don't know how to comment on that. So I'll give another few seconds, guys. If we don't have questions, we're going to wrap it up, because I'm not going to come up with fake questions pretending that somebody asked. Okay, so I'll give you another few seconds. Type your questions. Feel free and just type. I don't know, whatever you want to know or whatever market you want to learn about. Just type it in to the questions window. Okay, let's do it. Marius is asking the question, which is totally off the topic, but I don't have any other questions for some weird reason, so I'm going to answer this one. Marius is asking, how is income tax calculated on trade earnings? I really don't know, Marius. It depends what country you're in, what are the tax laws. Okay. Some countries consider it to be a capital gain. So when you report your income tax the beginning of next year, for this year, you need to declare it, I guess. Some countries have no capital gain tax. So you need to consult your accountant. Really, we don't get involved with it. We give you a platform, you trade with us, if you make profits, it's your responsibility to report, and I guess you need to talk to your accountant about that, right? Also, if you have losses, you can. I mean, when I was in the States and I traded as a day trader, so I paid tax. I don't remember. It was a while ago, maybe 35, 40%. Different countries, they have different rules as far as tax, right? So consult your accountant. Guys, I don't see any questions about the markets. So with a sad face, I'm probably going to close the webinar. So here we go. Can I also trade Bitcoin at AvaTrade? I heard I should trade on special Bitcoin platforms. What is the difference? Robert, thank you. First real question, even though, okay, good question. So, yes, you can call, again, depends. I really don't know where you're from. I think with us, you're welcome, Nicolina. I guess, again, the customers from Canada that we have and UK, by regulations, they are not allowed to trade cryptocurrencies. If you from, I really don't know what country, so Germany, yeah, you should be able to trade Bitcoin, and I'll explain the difference. Some people actually tell you the right things, that you should be trading on different platform, on special platform. It depends what you do. With us, you trade CFDs, so that includes CFD for Bitcoin. Leverage, so you need less money because you get leverage, so you get your buying power is being boosted by that. So that's why people like CFD brokers, because you can trade more with less money. But if you are an investor in Bitcoin, if you buy and hold it for a long time, so you might consider trading somewhere where with a real wallet. You trade real Bitcoin when where you can hold it and it's cash. You need to have much more money to buy it, right? It's no leverage there. And with CFD brokers like AvaTrade, if you buy and hold it, that you occur daily overnight swaps. So if you hold it for a very long time, it could actually build up to a big expense as well. So speak to your account manager. If you have questions, if you don't have an account managers, contact customer service, and they'll be happy to explain. But I think account managers should be able to explain you these things. All right. Good question. Okay. So, dear trainers, Elias is asking. Again, sorry if I misspell your names or mispronounce your names. I'm sorry. Dear trainers, could you please explain and elaborate of the fundamental analysis on today's already published economic news on Euro, GBP, and USD? Robert, you're welcome. You see, fundamental analysis interpret it's a very hard task to complete, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, if you look at the economic calendar and you click on that event, usually you have the explanation, And on our web trader, on AvaTrade web trader or the app, you could actually see the historical moves on the similar events that did happen, right? So this is one of the things. But as you probably heard me saying, if this is not your first time, if you trying to translate the event of the economic calendar or any event into what is about to happen or what could potentially, you could also, yeah, you could probably think what could potentially happen, but you could never really translate it exactly into the actions. Let's say if X happens, that Y, I should do this. It doesn't work because through the years and through all this easing and currency wars, and now it's the opposite. They cut the rates and other things, and the Fed's being involved. We have a decision by Feds in about 36 minutes. That's the key, actually, the key event for today. So you could only logically think, but let's say if you click on a CPI from UK that we had today, right? So there's an explanation in one of the providers that I can read. It says right here, Bank of England is tasked with the keeping inflation as measured by the headline consumer price index CPI at around 2%, giving the monthly release its importance. An increase in inflation implies a quicker and sooner increase of interest rate or reduction of bond buying by. So it said, I'm just giving an example. They give you a textbook explanation of it, but nobody will ever tell you because they can't. They don't know. Even if they could tell you, they wouldn't really know how is it going to work. Just give you an example. So today we have the Fed's decision, right, at 7 p.m. GMT. So there's a huge probability, according to CME tools, there's almost 100% probability they will cut the rates by 25 basis points or 0.25%. And it could be priced in. So here's the thing. You might think, okay, they cut the rates by 25, the market should go higher, dollar should go down. But then again, maybe it's already fully priced into current prices and nothing will happen. And then, logically, one thing, if they don't cut this time, which would go against all the predictions for now, that would be a big surprise, and we could probably see the dollar flying and the equity markets selling because that's what already priced in. So you could logically try to understand it, but to translate it into actions, it's very hard to do so, right? I don't know if it makes sense. So the same thing with any other events. You can read the explanation, especially also if you use the economic calendar, you can filter actually the high importance because there's a lot of events that don't really have a lot of weight on the market. So if you filter by high impact or high importance, and those actually could move the market, like interest rate decisions, like non-farm payroll, like CPI numbers, like PPI numbers, retail sales. I'm talking from the States, but the others, China numbers, production, retail, CPI, and other things. So those actually events and numbers and announcements, they do create waves on the market. Good question. Thank you. All right, guys, we still have time. Do we get more questions? I hope we do. Please type your question. I'm giving literally another 15 seconds. Okay, no questions, guys. Thank you for participating. My dream is that we have more questions that we can address. And I think I hope to get the dream come true. Have a wonderful evening or whatever time of the day you are at, and take care. All the best.